Hey everyone, and welcome back to Farm Girl in Progress. I am Nadine, and this week we are hardening off our seedlings. So it's a really important step when you're growing seedlings to take the time to harden them off before you plant them outside. The reason this is so important is because your seedlings haven't known any change. They're in a constant environment where it's warm and they have all of the light that they need and there's no wind, and so they're basically just spoiled little babies right now. So the purpose of hardening your seedlings off is to make them stronger and so that they can handle life in the garden. So it gets them more used to different degrees of sunlight, it gets them used to different degrees of shade, it gets them used to the wind blowing in various strengths. So it's just a really good thing to do, especially when you've taken the time to start your seeds and get them to this point. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting mine out on the porch because it's the closest to where they're at in the house. So for the first day, at about 4 o'clock, my porch is dappled with sunlight, but mostly shade. So they're protected, but they are still getting some sunlight. And after today, they're going to be moved to the sidewalk, which has a little bit less shade. And as you can see, it is still dappled with sunlight here at 4:40. So that'll be the next place that they go. And then on day 3, I will probably move them out to this spot just earlier in the day, so probably around noon, because this is all sunny at around noon. Basically over the course of the week, I will just gradually introduce them to more sunlight for longer periods of time until they're ready to go. It usually takes about 7 days for them to be fully hardened off. I have heard that you can do it at 5 days, but that's kind of risking it. So I'm gonna go the full 7 and just do it gradually and see how they do. And then at the end of each night, when you're done with your seedlings, usually you do it for like 2 or 3 hours on the first day, 3 to 4 hours on the next day, maybe 5 to 6 hours the day after that, and gradually work up to a full day and then also a full night. So their last night out, or their last day out, they'll be out all day and then they'll be out all night, and then I'll plant them the following day. At least that's the plan. But at night you want to bring them back in before that last day. So for day 1 through 6, you're going to want to bring them back inside at night. But after that, day 7, and they spent their first night outside, they're usually good to go. You do want to make sure that your temperatures at night don't fall below 50 degrees. Sometimes this process can take a little bit longer than a week depending on your weather in your area. Sometimes you can have a cold spell. Sometimes you can have an unexpected frost. Like our frost date was on May 10th, but we still had some really cold nights after that. So I'm just waiting that extra week after our frost date. I'm going to take the time to harden them off during that week, and then after that they should be good to go. But just make sure that you're bringing them in at night. Set an alarm on your phone. I have one set on mine so that I don't forget. So this is day 1 of me hardening off my plants. Stick around for day 2. It is day 2 of hardening off our seedlings, and I've moved them down here on the sidewalk where they're getting a good bit more sunshine, but it's still not direct sunlight. And they're going to be out here for the next 4 or 5 hours just hanging out. I'm hoping these tomatoes perk up a little bit. These are the cherry tomatoes. They're huge. More cherry tomatoes. Stick around for day 3. day 4 of hardening off the seedlings. Okay, so this is night 4 of hardening off the seedlings, and the temperatures at night are going to be about 53. So I figured I would put all of the seedlings out in the garage tonight. That way they're inside, but they're outside and they're getting acclimated to the temperature at night. So here's the plants. First night outside.
Yay!
Stay tuned for day 5. So it is day 5 of hardening off the seedlings. They had their first night outside in the garage last night and they did awesome. So let me show you what they're looking like on day 5. So here they are. I think I'm actually going to work on planting the marigolds and the zinnias today. I may even do the peppers. They look like they're doing all right.
And there are 2 grow peppers.
But I may give them another day. We'll see how things go. But so far so good. I'm happy with how everything's looking out here, and we'll be able to plant them very soon. So stay tuned for day 6.